What's up everybody? Bill here with my personal dog Booker, and today we're going to go for a walk in my neighborhood. So as a reactive dog, a formerly explosively reactive dog, the only place that Booker can situationally be reactive is still in my neighborhood, because this is where he has rehearsed the behavior the most, especially before I was training him and I was doing all the wrong things. This is where Booker got to get really good at being a very reactive dog, jumping, barking, lunging, even redirecting me onto me a couple times. So in this video, we're gonna show you how we work through his reactivity, and we're just gonna go for a walk in our neighborhood together. So the tough reality that reactive dog owners have to understand is wherever your dog has rehearsed being reactive, which in most people's cases is their own personal neighborhood, that is where your dog's reactivity is going to improve last, because they have rehearsed that behavior, the barking, the jumping, the lunging at other dogs, the most in their own neighborhood. So when you're coming to behavior, the more often a dog has rehearsed that behavior or they've done it, the more time it's going to take to undo it. This is why when you're training, your dog comes to my facility and they're great like this. They don't have any experience in the facility there. We're able to really shape their behavior very quickly, very easily, and that's not always the case in your neighborhood. A nice thing that I like to do with reactive dogs is use an extra long leash. So this is a 10-foot leash. Doesn't mean I'm gonna let Booker pull on this leash here. So as you can see, he has got the room to go that way. If I don't like how hard he's pulling, or even he's starting to put a little bit of tension, you'll see I just, a little flick of the wrist there, gives a little bit of a correction and tells him, hey, stop pulling on the leash. I don't want any leash pressure. If your dog is pulling on the leash, even slightly, I promise you, you're going to deal with more reactivity, okay? So Booker is a 100-pound Cane Corso. That little flick of the wrist meant everything to him. He's okay. It's not personal. I'm not mad at him. He came back looking for some reassurance. I didn't give it to him because I'm not mad at him. All he has to do is not pull on this leash, and he'll never get that type of feedback from me. Using a long line helps your dog actually make decisions when you have a foundation and you have the skill set where your dog knows to look to you when they see one of their triggers. So if we come across that, you'll be able to see that live for Booker here, is that he'll know what to do. Using a long line also gives you the ability to work on your recall. Booker, come. Like that. Wrong. Come. Good boy. Booker's natural instinct is to want to come to me and then look away from me so that he can keep his eyes on what's going on in his environment. I don't want that. When I tell you to come to me, Booker, come. Good boy. Yes, that's the expectation. So up in front of us at one of the parks that we go to a bunch here, there are two little dogs that are clearly playing ball or something with their owners. This is something that will definitely get Booker excited. Booker's reactivity is nothing more than excitement based, okay? He gets overly excited when he sees other dogs because he's very friendly. Chances are this is exactly how your dog is. Most dogs that are reactive are not actually aggressive. So Booker, I don't know that he's seen them yet, but he's definitely seeing something. You can see his body language. He's also watching somebody play tennis by themselves over here. So we're gonna walk our way there towards that distraction over there, but we're gonna really go at Booker's pace. As Booker, if he gets excited, you'll see me stop and wait for some engagement before we continue. If he's not able to engage with me, we're not gonna go any closer. If you go closer when your dog is building or when your dog's excited, they will react. I promise you, you cannot power through this. You have to make sure you go at your dog's pace. So at this point, Booker has seen, I don't know that he's fully aware, but he has seen what's going on over here. We're just gonna start observing, okay? So you can see there's a couple dogs having a lot of fun. They're playing tennis ball. They got the bat and ball out. They're having a good time. Yes. So all we're gonna do, we're gonna watch, and as soon as Booker is able to watch, comes back to me, I will mark it with the word yes, and I'll reward it. Now this is a skill that we've worked on a ton. Yes. This is at a point already, in years past, he would have already bitten me by now from just being too explosive, too reactive. So I'm gonna let him do all of this. The only reason we are getting closer to these dogs is because he is calm. He is not reacting. He's not even really paying attention. Again, this is just a token to his progress in particular. Also, the dogs have stopped moving around a little bit, but he definitely still knows they're there. So all we're doing right now is we're just going kind of at Booker's pace. So we're a little bit further out and we'll close the gap here as Booker does better. Yes. If he starts to get a little too excited, we're gonna give some distance. We're gonna create a little bit of space. You can see he's getting a little, yes, good job. This is exactly how you get better with your reactive dog. The only reason I let that little bit of pulling per se would go is because I know he's trying to go and sniff so that he can start dealing with these really big feelings that he has. Because again, he is reactive only because he loves other dogs. So like when he sees these little dogs, he's not trying to kill them. Your dog probably isn't either. Even if they're barking, even if they're jumping, even if they're lunging, they're really not trying to hurt. They're probably frustrated. They probably just want to say hello. But even if your dog's overly excited, it's still reactivity. And I don't have to talk to him all the time. If you're talking to your dog too much, you're probably making your dog's reactivity worse. Notice how I'm sticking just to the words he knows. So he knows what that YES word means very well, and he knows that means to come get his reward. Notice how I'm keeping the leash nice and loose. If he goes over here, see I got a little bit of correction just for pulling, yes. This right here is a really good sign for him. Something again, he could never have done years ago. He is sniffing, he is trying to self-regulate. The other dog even barking there. Good job, buddy. Again, he's going to his own, yes, good boy. Again, something he could have never done before. Notice how I'm staying calm though. Even as the other dog is reactive towards him, he's not making a peep. Nice job, buddy. The only reason we went past that distraction and that trigger, those dogs, is because of Booker's body language. If he was barking, if he was lunging, if he was snapping, whatever, right, or getting too excited, I would have had to go and create a little bit of space for him. That is the only way that your dog actually is able to get to that point where they can make good decisions, is through going at their own pace. If you try to force it, you'll be stuck with a reactive dog for the rest of your life. You'll make your dog's reactivity worse. Trust me, I know, been there, done that, don't do it. Do this instead, and you will be able to start walking past dogs like Booker can now, from the point where, again, he was 100 feet away biting me because he was so frustrated at the sight of another dog. What you just saw did not happen overnight. I promise you that much. You have to develop a skill set with your dog. You have to change your whole entire relationship with your dog, where you have to be able to learn how to communicate with them, learn how to communicate on a leash, do not let them pull. And then also, most importantly, with reactive dogs, we have to teach them an alternative behavior. If your dog is explosive when they see other dogs or bikes or people, whatever, what you can't tell them is stop reacting. That is not clear enough, especially for a reactive dog. Okay, so your dog probably feels really big feelings towards their trigger, and when you are teaching them an alternative behavior, you have to be very specific. So what mine is teaching eye contact. Okay, so when Booker feels nervous or when he gets a little overexcited, what he does is he checks in with me, right? He has this skill set. He knows that I love this behavior and I will pay him for this behavior. We did not start learning this on walks with other dogs. Absolutely not. You will fail every single time. Progress with a reactive dog does not happen overnight. I promise you that. It takes days, hours, sometimes even months and years, depending on how long your dog has rehearsed that behavior. For Booker, it took us years. You can see we're still working through it, but the only place that we're still working through it is our neighborhood. This is where he was, every single day we're going on walks and he was just blowing up on everything. He got really good at blowing up on other dogs. So with him, he was frustration based, right? He wanted to go say hi to everybody. Thanks a lot to dog daycare. But for him, what it was is he wanted to go say hi. So he just got really excited and, from 100 feet away would be blowing up on other dogs. So for us, we tried everything under the sun to be able to get him to not do that. And it was really hard. So we had to start small, kind of repair our relationship from the very beginning. So I had to teach him what do I want from him. Okay, we've done that through obedience training. We learned how to walk nicely on a leash, but we didn't start when there was a trigger around. We wanted to make sure that he understands just in general that I like when he pays attention to me, when he checks in with me. So now, as we are able to walk around other dogs, he knows that that's the behavior I want from him. I want him to check in with me instead of react towards that trigger. It's not clear enough to tell your dog to stop reacting. okay? Especially when you have a reactive dog that has really big feelings towards their trigger, okay? You need to start from where the trigger is visible, where the dog can see the other dogs or whatever the trigger is, and not react. That is where you start to build this framework in once you've already gotten to the point where your dog can check in with you in general. Then when you start translating that skill around other dogs, it starts from a distance where they can see the other trigger and not react. That's when you would mark with your engagement here and reward. And then you close that gap as your dog's still able to do the desired behavior around the trigger. So you can see we just heard a dog. Booker's red alert is up here. He's heard it, but I can't see it. I know he can't see it either yet. I know it's out in front of us somewhere here, but I don't know where it is. We might find it, we might not. There it is, it's behind the door, behind the gate. So your dog might be reactive towards sounds behind the gate. See, watch how Booker is gonna get to the point where he pulls a little bit of a correction there, which just indicates to him stop pulling. No big deal, your dog will live. Promise you that. So the dog's barking here across the street here, and you can actually see the dog underneath the fence actually barking at us. Booker can see it now. See, what people don't realize, that's how your dog learns how to become reactive. It's one of the easiest ways for your dog to become reactive is you just let them sit outside and bark at everything that walks by. That's literally teaching them how to be in a very reactive mindset. And you bark at a lot of dogs, you get really good at barking at other dogs. Now the thing is, if that dog is fearful, or that dog is barking because it's afraid of Booker, that bark that he just did worked as we're going away, which can make a dog like that very powerful in its own mind, thinking that its barking can create space for him, because in his mind it just did. Made us go away, when in reality we weren't really going past there anyways. Little does he know, we're about to turn around and go back again. Come on, buddy. Let's go by. Close the gap a little bit. We're on the other side of the street now. Maybe the dog comes back again. Good boy. Yes. Little decision time for Booker there. Notice how I let him make a decision. Again, more advanced because we've done this so many times. He knows exactly what I expect from him. I want to give him time to make a decision. He's still a little bit excited. Yes. So now there's another dog that's coming by us here. So we'll create a little space, because from Booker being in a very heightened state around that little dog right there, if we just let him see another dog, he might have a reaction. Instead, what I want to do is give him a little bit of space. Let him see that dog. Yes. Good boy. Sit. Good boy. Yes. Throw in a little obedience. Again, because of how Booker is doing, only because of that. Don't just put your dog in a sit and expect him not to react. This will be interesting. Another dog getting affection is a whole nother level of distraction. Now a dog barking from the side. Yes, good boy, buddy. Good boy. Sit. Good boy, down. Good boy. Yes. Another good idea, if you have a reactive dog, this could help, is start to learn how to trail dogs. So it's the same dog there. We're just getting into the position where we're trailing him, keeping an eye out for the dog out in front there. I still can't believe how far we've been able to come on here. I've got the scars to prove it, where he used to bite me when he saw other dogs, just from being overly excited to the point now. You can see he's a little scattered, but this is a lot of the stuff I'm going to allow here, because again, he's not putting any pressure on the leash, and he is, all this sniffing here in the presence of another dog out front is him trying to cope with his own emotions, right? So if I were to just stop here, let him get a little bit of smells out on the tree. This is a coping skill that he's learned how to do instead of react, because you can see, look at his body language now, he's still excited, right? And that is the process of a reactive dog. You see him in videos with me at the facility all the time. He doesn't care about other dogs at all. You can see in videos that I post or my wife posts where he goes to the mall, he'll see dogs all the time, doesn't care. He goes to the pet store all the time, doesn't care. He goes in public, doesn't care. But in my neighborhood, this is the last piece of the puzzle. Now that dog's out of sight, nice little shake it off for Booker, and this is what success with a reactive dog looks like. It's not always going to be linear. You're gonna have to go at your dog's pace if you wanna have any success at all. And most importantly, I will tell you, This is a work in progress because we have to do it every single day. You cannot just work with your dog once a week, once or twice a month, and expect to see any type of progress. You have to be out here putting in the work, working on improving your skills as a handler, making sure you're teaching your dog that alternative behavior, starting from a distance where your dog is comfortable, and then working your way in closer as your dog has success. If you try to rush it, you will fail and you will perpetually have a reactive dog. Promise you that much. Reactivity is absolutely hard. It's hard to overcome that. From firsthand experience, I get it, that this is not something that is easy. You probably should seek out a professional, but what I want to do is I want to be able to show you what I've done, what I teach my clients every single day on how to overcome this problem. It does take time, but you are not alone. If you have any questions, please, I encourage you, reach out, send me a DM, comment on this video, whatever it takes, I'm here to help you. Thanks for joining us on our walk here. I hope that watching this video was helpful for you in what to do when you have a reactive dog and you come across dogs on a walk. Don't speed it up. Don't try to rush through it. If your dog is building or getting excited, you cannot rush that success, okay? So I hope this helps, and we'll see you in the next one.